Meghan Markle might have thought the 2025 SAG Awards would be the perfect place to boost her latest venture, the much-hyped lifestyle brand As Ever. What she probably didn't expect was to have her entire branding effort mercilessly dismantled on stage, by none other than Colin Farrell. Yes, you read that right. The Oscar-nominated Irish charmer took a brief detour during his Best Actor acceptance speech to deliver a verbal knockout punch that left Meghan reeling. And in classic Farrell fashion, he didn't hold back. As ever? As ever? What does that even mean? I saw the logo earlier, and I swear, I thought it was an apology note from an ex who just can't let go, Farrell quipped, to roaring laughter from the star-studded audience. Is it a skincare line? A yoga studio? A self-help book? Or just another attempt at making Americans pretend to care about the royal soap opera? Ouch! Meghan, who was present at the event, reportedly turned bright red as the camera panned to her table. According to sources, or at least the ones that love a bit of drama, she immediately looked to Harry, who was conveniently staring at his drink like it contained the meaning of life. Farrell, clearly on a roll, didn't stop at the logo. Listen, I get it. Branding is hard. But I just don't see the vision. Is it as ever, as in, as ever confused? As ever unnecessary? As ever trying to make fetch happen? At this point, the entire venue erupted into laughter, with even A-list stars like Jennifer Aniston, who at first tried to suppress her laughter, but ultimately gave in, covering her mouth as she giggled into her champagne. Meryl Streep, who looked as if she'd just witnessed history unfold, whispering something to Ryan Gosling, who immediately nodded in agreement. Pedro Pascal, who lost it completely, doubling over in his seat while wiping away tears of laughter. Nicole Kidman, delivering an Oscar-worthy reaction, looking shocked yet entertained as she leaned toward her husband, Keith Urban, whispering, "Oh my God." Oprah Winfrey, who was stone-faced, clearly aware of the PR nightmare that was about to unfold. Meanwhile, Meghan, according to several eagle-eyed guests, was furiously whispering to a nearby assistant, likely ordering them to have every single social media clip of the moment erased from the internet. Unfortunately for Meghan, that plan was doomed to fail before it even started. As expected, the clip instantly went viral, spreading like wildfire across social media. Within minutes, Twitter, or whatever Elon Musk is calling it these days, was ablaze with reactions. Colin Farrell just killed As Ever before it even launched. Meghan's PR team is gonna be working overtime tonight. Imagine spending months crafting your brand image, only for Colin Farrell to destroy it in 30 seconds. If you listen closely, you can hear the sound of Meghan rewriting her entire business plan. Meanwhile, TikTok users wasted no time in turning the moment into meme gold, with viral captions like, "As ever? More like as over." Colin just did what the entire British press has been waiting to do for years. Even Spotify didn't shut them down this fast. If there's one thing Meghan Markle is good at, it's crisis control. And boy, was this a crisis. Within an hour, sources close to the Duchess rushed to People magazine with a totally not desperate attempt at spinning the situation. Colin's comments were taken out of context, a source claimed. Meghan has always admired his humor, and she is focusing on the overwhelmingly positive response to As Ever. Ah, yes. Because nothing says overwhelmingly positive response like being publicly roasted on live television. But the damage was already done. By morning, As Ever was being described in the press as Hollywood's most mocked brand before even launching. Rumors began swirling that investors, already hesitant about Meghan's latest venture, were now scrambling to distance themselves. A top branding expert put it bluntly. Meghan's entire business model relies on prestige. When your product becomes a punchline, that prestige disappears overnight. While Meghan was plotting her PR counterattack, Prince Harry was busy doing what he does best at Hollywood events, standing awkwardly in the background, wishing he was literally anywhere else. According to insiders, Harry tried to laugh it off at first, but when the audience started clapping a little too hard, he sank deeper into his seat, A move reminiscent of his reaction when South Park mercilessly mocked him and Meghan in their now infamous episode. He looked like he was reconsidering every life choice that led him to this moment, one attendee said. Another guest put it even more bluntly. Harry looked like a man who knew he'd have a very long, very awkward conversation in the car ride home. Meanwhile, Colin Farrell? He simply walked off the stage, trophy in hand, looking as effortlessly cool as ever. Meghan Markle's attempt to launch a new lifestyle empire was already facing an uphill battle. But thanks to Colin Farrell's perfectly timed roast, that battle just turned into a full-scale PR disaster. Can Meghan salvage the brand? Maybe. But first, she might need to do what she rarely ever does, embrace the joke. Because right now, the internet isn't calling it as ever. They're calling it as over. As soon as the awards ceremony cut to a commercial break, Meghan stormed out of the venue, dragging a visibly stressed Harry behind her. She was livid, a source backstage revealed. She was muttering under her breath, furious, saying something about how Colin had humiliated her on purpose. The moment Meghan and Harry were out of the camera's view, things reportedly got worse.